Hello everybody, welcome to the discussion stream. In the screen you see all of the topics that we are going to talk about. We have a lot of people in here and everybody is allowed to ask questions and we will talk about all kinds of interesting topics. So yeah. So first one, the 2017 sign-up questions and general sign-up advice for 2018. And everybody who has questions about the 2017 sign-ups, what happened, now is your time to ask.
So
I think I cannot ask any question. I can only answer them.
Can I just say before we start off with that, as you was talking, did anybody hear a motorbike in the background?
Yes, I did. That was Rob.
Yes.
That was perfect timing.
I know.
Wait, what?
So yeah,
Never mind.
anybody in the voice chat, does anybody here have a question?
I'm not going to say anything because I was part of the sign-up process.
Well, I'd like to
Bias.
maybe
Think.
if there's any seat I could have gone for that I would have got, or if I was hopeless this season, in my case at least.
Well, all of the seats you were in contention did have drivers driving in the main series that were doing well enough to fight for that seats more. So yeah, I don't know which series you are in right now.
DTM.
So yeah,
DTM,
question.
so if you're in DTM, most likely if you want to get a seat coming back from DTM, like top 5 is unnecessary almost, depending, unless you get really lucky that nobody good enough signed for it.
You mean like Felix when he got
Yeah,
Sauber?
Yeah, that's a good example.
Yeah, it's kind of the poster child for like not having good results, but you still got a seat.
Well, I was P5 in
Also-
DTM heading into the final race, but I lost a couple of places, so yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Felix actually
Also-
finished 18th in the championship.
Yeah, Julius
and got
was
Sauber
asking in
seat.
chat if he would have gone like fourth in the if he had applied for it.
I have a question about Renault. How close was the contention between two drivers that in 2016 struggled, a lot because of their crap car? How close was between
So
Tirabi
nothing.
and Greenwood? What was the difference that made Tirabi
So
to keeping his seat?
Julius is asking if
last
he would
season.
have gotten Force India over Tirabi and Roland.
Do we do the short or the long answer? Because, well, the
It's
short
up to you.
Short, Julius is the question.
the short answer is yes.
Yes, over Tirabi.
Yeah,
Roland.
not over Roland. Over Terry he would have gotten it.
Yeah, Tirabi was a lot inconsistent. He had a lot of spins, a lot of errors that cost him a lot of points that
So
also
snap
cost
after
a
when we
lot
get
the
to it.
sixth place at Renault.
And yeah, more of this will be in the ranking reveals about the
Alright.
about the potential seats you missed because of sign-up
Yeah.
choices. That's quite interesting topic. Also,
Don't
about
make him depressed.
I have no regrets.
yeah, also about Julius and his season overall. It was actually pretty good, but still the standings again higher than the actual performance because the Baku podium is one that really makes it look better, and also in some of the more chaotic races he was the person who got the most points out of those. Alongside
Also,
with
yeah,
one
the
certain
very bad
Mercedes
races.
driver, but we will come to that later.
I wanted to ask, how close was it for Force India between Terave and Mocho, and also everyone else?
Very
Very close.
Very close.
Very close.
Okay.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, maybe.
You know,
And me and everyone else were super fine behind them, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would have needed them both to flop, like being in the tier 5 basically, because like the I'm going to just slightly talk. So in the in the side in the rankings ratings, depending on what is your ranking and what is the average of your ratings, so we rate everybody's races from 0 to 20, plus we add some from qualifying depending on the gap that you out qualify your teammate if you do so. And so we have certain values that mean certain tiers. So tier 1 is great. The best, usually the bests are in tier 1. Tier 2 is good or great, and tier 3 is average, above average, or slightly below average. Mostly we will keep it as the average or above average. Tier 4 is the lower end of average or below average. And then tier 5 is, well, let's be honest, tier 5 is terrible.
Yeah.
Also, a question about the future of the Synapse.
Are there any
I made an
other
example.
questions relating to what happened with the sign-up?
Yeah, I have a question because after Brazil, we saw that Marco scored a 5th place and the Tirari went
Does
bad.
seem like there's
So if the
many
seat
more.
wasn't decided, Marco would have gotten the seat instead of Tirari.
Yeah.
Yeah, most likely. The thing.
Because didn't we have a thing where signups could be decided after Brazil, or was that not a thing?
Yes.
We
Actually, yes.
Only an idea, but didn't actually become a thing for real.
After
y-
I
y-
think
we had. Can I talk?
Yes.
Thank you. We did talk about it, and we were thinking about it, but for example, for the new series to work, we need to decide the seats in time for Brazil, so we can so Joe can do the new series properly, and I feel like it's good like that, honestly.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah, I wanted to say the
Okay,
same.
fair enough.
Yeah, so, yeah.
By the way, Snares asked a question which Jorge answered straight away. She was asking, will we be using the 2018 version of Singapore? The answer to that, no, because it doesn't exist.
So.
Yeah.
Also, we
Yeah,
use
but
the
we
Sling
shouldn't be
Singapore.
talking about it yet because it's not like the fourth topic.
Yeah, that's not the right topic. It's not yet here.
I know, but I'm just saying Jorge just answered it anyway, so
Yeah.
no point talking about it anymore. So
Can you hear me properly this time?
Alright, I'm gonna type in a question too.
Yeah, but
There you go.
question for everyone in the voice chat. Can you hear me normally or is my mic?
Yeah, just fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Just wanted to.
Nicholas, just because nobody's talking to you doesn't mean your mic isn't broken.
That's actually a good one. How were the test drivers decided? And I'm not in the test driver deciding that much, but how, in my simple view, it's the best driver that didn't get a main seat. Even if like some people sign up only as a test driver,
Well,
they will still
I
count
just
that.
I just want to point out though, like, if that was the case, then why was no offense to you, Rahul, but why was Rahul made Red Bull test driver when he finished last in DTM?
Because the
Because there was
options were
nobody else.
limited.
Yeah.
Was there no one that went for it? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here's the
wait,
thing: if Rick had didn't retire because he was meant to get the Red Bull seat, had he got the Red Bull seat, we would have offered it to Joel. But because that didn't happen and Lopez went to Mercedes, Joel ended up getting the seat in the most luckiest way, and we ended up giving the test run to Ray.
Yeah,
I
that
see.
happens.
Okay, yeah.
What
because
would have happened?
Alright, I'm back.
What it would have happened if Jay got retained by Merck and then Rick retired?
But I'm really
Franco
interested
would have
in
gone to
the
Franco,
Probably.
I mean, would have gone to Red Bull for sure. Right?
Evan, I can hear your keyboard.
Yeah, because I have I have to move downstairs, so.
so many noise.
Yeah, we missed the questions because of the keyboard. Can you repeat?
I said if Jay got retained by Merck, even if it was Franco, would have replaced Rick when Rick was retiring, or
Yes. No. So what you were asking is that if Jay got the Mercedes seat and Rick was retiring, and still Franco would have gotten the Red Bull seat. He was way above of Joel in the rankings, like way above.
Yeah.
I don't know how many I think most of us were ahead of Joel.
Joe was the only person other than Franco and Rick who signed up for Red Bull after all, or
Really?
The only
Yeah, but I got
eligible
retained by
person
Ferrari.
to sign up.
Got retained by Ferrari, so straight away me going to Red Bull was irrelevant.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know it was crazy, and I know it was shocking that Joel got the seat, but I guess it was the biggest surprise.
I mean, it's
it
one
was
of
probably.
I remember.
It was a surprise, but like not unusual for him.
I remember seeing because I didn't see the video at the time and everything. But I remember seeing on social media saying, "Oh my god, the Red Bull seat! Like, what happened there?" I was like, "Oh, I've missed it." And I was like, I was wondering what it could be. I was like, "Surely it can't be that dramatic." And then I watched the news video. I was like, "Oh wow, okay,
Yeah.
now that is something. That is
the 2018 signups were close and dramatic, and that's kind of how it should be. But yeah, it was fun.
It was the most chaotic
Yeah.
for a while. Wait till, but then again, we'll have to wait and see what 2021 has to offer.
Yeah, that's. I
Not
mean,
even like
I mean,
2021. Like next
I don't-
season would be crazy.
I don't know if it's going to be like in terms of the actual seat battles, but in terms of who will sign up to where is the most interesting part of the 2021. Like, I expect more risks to be taken by people.
yeah.
So yeah,
I
is
think,
there?
I mean,
This
I
sign-up-
think the 2019 Red Bull seat is gonna be interesting.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's very true. But yeah,
I
Yeah.
question for the topic. Were there any other drivers in contention for the MENA test driver seat, or not really?
Depends who got offered though, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I want. Yeah, but why did I get chosen? But
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I already answered that question, but I'm not gonna repeat it on stream.
Yeah, because otherwise,
I think I'm
Honestly,
being super selfish right
like-
now, but I wasn't in contention for a test seat either, was I?
No,
Honestly,
because
that's gonna
of
say.
Mocho.
it kind of depends what happened with Mocho. If he declined, we would have asked you next, Rob.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Now I feel
Yeah.
bad.
But we knew that Mocho was never gonna decline.
yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
To be
that's
honest,
true.
I had a feeling he might have, considering how he's been the last few weeks, because he has been feeling quite down recently.
Well, to be honest, he's kind of a bit bipolar. Sometimes he feels good, sometimes he feels he doesn't, and he kind of just it changes every week. To be honest, so you never know what you're gonna get with him.
You guys
Like that term,
realize that
swings
he's in
and
the chat
roundabouts.
hearing everything, right?
Yeah, I was about to say that too.
Hello, Mangle.
Yeah. Hi, Mike. Hello.
So yeah, is there
Welcome to the stream.
is there more questions, or will I do the
Oh,
some general sign up
last
advice?
question.
Or
Yeah, you can go through
Okay.
it.
Thank God we didn't offend Michael there. Thank Christ. Otherwise, that would have been
I have
a stream
one
and a half.
question about
Did
the
someone
Williams,
ask
actually.
the question about manner?
okay,
On.
Did someone ask anything about manner earlier?
Yeah, it
Apart
was
from Nicholas.
Nico. Yeah.
I think the answer is very
I-
obvious why you didn't get it, but let's move on.
Yeah.
What I wanted to ask was about the Williams. It's particular about GP2 because there was this fight between Campana and Federi pretty much to get that
Yeah.
seat, and Campana won in the end. But I
Yeah.
want to know because in Belgium at Spa, Federi was going to win, then he had a loose wheel and he had to pit, and he ended up
Bloody
not
hell, what
winning the
happened
race.
there?
If
What
he
is-
won that race, would he have got the seat instead of Campana?
That's
I think not, because Campana was a Mercedes
I
test
mean,
driver,
I
which
think
is
it's just
Yeah,
Campana's
which is
test
something that
go in
Franco
very
completely
shady.
forgot about.
Oh, all right.
yeah, he was helped by being the test driver by Merck. So, for example, if Stroll is a Racing Point driver, can be promoted to be a Mercedes driver in case the one driver goes away. So that's an example.
All right. That's good.
Have we
Should we just?
got that
Oh yeah,
one? Like,
Michael is asking did Abu Dhabi cost me the first India seat. The short answer is yes.
yeah, that's true.
Last, yes.
that's just sadly the ironic thing, as Michael just said there. It's just like 2015 with the McLaren seat.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
2015 was
Deja vu.
Was probably one of the most embarrassing because he crashed in the pit lane.
Yeah, and was the only
Yeah.
driver to do so. But yeah,
And
I mean,
that year there wasn't a bug.
the thing you can take from this season, Michael, is that you actually performed better than in most of your seasons.
I think it was his best season because
But it was still just
overall
not good enough because the competition
did better than
level
me.
has really gone up.
Yeah, that's true. The competition was good. So yeah, is there any more, or am I going to do the basic general sign-up advice for 2018? Because so
Yeah, do that.
okay,
Let's
so
move forward.
Anyway, have we kind of got through that bit? Because that was quite a lengthy discussion, that was.
so
Yeah, let's move on.
So yeah, basically what we are still seeing is drivers picking their first team and then not even thinking about the other three, just putting something, or then just doing like weird orders or stuff. The main thing in the signups, if you want to have the best chance, even if your performance maybe is not what it could be, see what other people are picking and then see what you should pick, which are actually realistic for you, and see if there is a chance. Like if you see a team that's very low picked as the first choice for people, you should most likely, unless you don't see it as the lower choice for anybody, you should put it in the low choices as well. If you see a team that's actually not picked and as first choice or even as the other choices, then maybe you should risk it and put it as your number one choice, because then you might have an advantage where you're only fighting people who are not performing well, so you will have a very high chance for the seat. Also, something, for example, that we know, the 2018 Renault was the least big team, so that meant that, for example, Julius was never fighting for any other seat than the Renault. But yeah. Also,
Another thing,
Also,
like another thing I want to add, sorry, is just like we've noticed that there were some drivers who put test drivers as their first pick and then main drives after. Don't do that.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you want to go for a main drive, put all main drives or a test driver at the end.
yeah, because if you put your first choice as a test driver, you will not have a chance for any main seat, because you will just be counted as that one test drive seat.
I'll also
Okay.
add this point as well, because I saw somebody do this in the sign-ups as well. If you're putting a test roll in, please put it within the first four choices. Don't put it as an extra fifth choice.
Yeah,
Doesn't count.
Who did that?
I'm not
I
going to
think,
say his name. I'm not going to say his name, but somebody did do that.
Did it?
I think
allowed
Evan
four
has a
choices,
lot
not
of.
Joe, I did it last season, and you told me to not do it again, so I did not do it again.
Yeah, I know, but there are some people who still do it, Nico.
Then,
That's the point.
just one more thing to add. The team you are driving in and the teams that are affiliated with the team, you do have the connection bonus, and basically the connection bonus is an advantage if you are performing at a similar level. So we will come to that in the ranking reveal. So if somebody is performing a tier above you, they will most likely be ahead of you in the seed fight, even if you are trying to just retain your seed. That's one of the criteria we have. So if you are in the same tier, then you are most like same tier as your competition. You are most likely getting a seat ahead of them if you have the connection bonus and they don't. That's just something
that's
something to
example.
look about. Like you obviously you don't know the rankings before the end of the season, but you can you can try to make it up and think of it. Like if you see that your driver is performing very well, you are in the midfield car, you are most of the races you are the first driver to finish the race on the midfield and doing generally well, you can most likely expect that you are going to retain your seat ahead of almost anybody who is trying for it. But then if you are doing quite bad and you see your competition for the seat is stronger than you and you know it, then maybe you should try to get another team with a bit weaker competition. That's the
Also,
tactical part of the sign-ups. That's what makes it interesting.
Okay,
yeah,
before we
because
move
this
on,
happened.
there was a question from Ennis from about whether if he had kept McLaren as his first choice, would he have got it? Kind of hard to answer because like you were
Well,
like second in the GP2 championship.
No, I can answer that. He probably would have done because one of his competitors for Toro Rosso was Kiro.
Also,
Oh,
Kiro,
okay.
how we got
So Kiro would have
that
got Toro
McLaren seat.
Rosso then.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting seeing that now.
David was out of it after the DTM finale. Instead, Ennis was competing
Yeah.
against Kira for the Toro Rosso seat.
Oh.
Jerry,
Yeah,
what
okay.
helped
That makes it
Kiro to
really
get-
interesting.
Wow.
question for you. What helped Kiro to get that McLaren seat instead of Evan, for example? Evan picked that
Then
seat as
I
number
think there
one
was
choice.
another question that's
Can
Julius asked what are the possibilities for someone. Oh,
Yeah, I want to answer the Franco's question now. Basically, how we are doing it at the moment is that in every race we are trying to get at least one seat confirmed. At the time where the McLaren was decided, it was the closest it was at any point. So all of the teams were like, we just need to pick one, and we picked the one that happened to be at that moment the kind of most clear one, because Evan's ranking had really gone down at that point, and and his ranking did get back up at a later stage, so he managed to get the Renault. But if his seat was decided later, he would have gotten the McLaren. But it was decided just at the point where he was not going to get it, which kind of was lucky for him, kind of unlucky. He's going to have a better car than he would have. Like, we know the Renault is better than the McLaren, but yeah.
Yeah, I would like McLaren, honestly.
so there was a question from Julius about the possibilities for someone to do a rank. So go straight from DTM and skip GP2 to go to the top class.
It's possible.
It's quite
I
low
mean,
though.
Yeah, if you had previous F1 experience, you're more likely to do that.
It's pretty highly unlikely. Well,
I think he's talking about someone who hasn't had any F1 experience. You got to remember, though, at that time when Renz did it, GP4C wasn't as big as what it is now.
Yeah,
there wasn't
three tiers.
there wasn't a Formula E, there wasn't a BTCC about. So
and if I remember,
Nowadays-
it was 2011 when Renz got into the top class.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, we still had the old sign-up system back then, and if I remember, it was either 2011 or 2012 when we changed into the current sign-up system where it's the 4 choices and the sign-up order and the tactical stuff got in.
Yeah. I think it was 2011, so that's why
it
Renz
was
got the
2011.
seat and
Yeah.
so on.
it was only for 3 races, though, for
And today-
reasons we won't explain.
So yeah,
Today, I want to say that today for DTM it would really have to be a really dominant season for a rookie to join F1 directly from DTM, because it's so difficult to do it.
yeah,
Because the competition got so
probably have to do well in Formula E first.
So
It's very unlikely now, to be
Sauber
honest, when you think about it.
Yeah.
So
I think there's
it's
a.
just like,
Are you going to say, or am I going to say?
yeah, it's just like if it was a seat like Sauber 2017, if a DTM rookie did really well, they would have got it.
Yeah, okay, that's true, of course.
And yeah, the thing, the DTM title, like if we put it in like some kind of numbers, if you win the DTM title and you don't have F1 experience, the teams you want to go for are the teams that don't have direct GP2 championship fighters. So the top 3 in GP2 beat the DTM champion if none of them have previous results that affected a lot. In terms of F1, the tier 4 or tier 5 is where a DTM driver can have a chance or has a good chance. So it's the weaker performing F1 drivers that you can beat if you win the DTM championship, even if you are a rookie.
Well, the thing is that you also have to look after your sign-up choices.
Yeah,
which
that's
you pick, because I would pick only like lower teams when I'm in DTM, because otherwise it will be really hard to get into like better midfield teams or the top teams, for example. You have to get really lucky then.
Yeah, sometimes though the lower teams, like we have seen that, for example, a few times Manor has been like everybody from the lower series just picks Manor, and then they are having a massive rumble for the Manor seat.
Yeah, they don't think about Sauber and so on, and Haas, because that are teams that could work for them as well.
So yeah.
Also because of team connections.
So yeah. Anyway.
Moving on.
Shall we move on?
Yes.
Because we've been here 30 minutes now.
Yeah.
let's
This was always going to be a long stream. But yeah, let's go to the second. So the sign-up team. So as we know, Rick is leaving. Who are the new sign-up teams? So I'm going to just say everybody who is in it. So obviously I'm in it. Joe is in it. Now there's Evan in it, and Will Neller is in it, and that's the team for 2018 onwards.
That's everyone.
I think somebody else needs to mention something about this year's sign-up process, because he's never mentioned it.
Jiri,
Not
you
gonna-
can mention me.
Are you not going to speak up?
You gonna speak up? You're leaving me hanging here. The one who's got the loud keyboard. Evan was part of this year's sign-up process.
Which I almost inadvertently spoiled.
Yeah, it only got leaked like what, 3 times.
Everyone was
yeah,
part of
thing
it
is,
this
like,
season without anybody's noticing.
Yeah.
Except George.
So
Yeah.
with
I know
with
everything.
the
Trust me,
sign-up
I know
process,
everything.
these four are gonna take over the decision process. Like the only role I can do right now that I might have time for is to do the spreadsheets.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's pretty self-explanatory. So there's no need to keep going about that. I think everybody
would
knows, but
happen earlier.
in terms of like us four, so me, Joe, Evan, and Will, all of us can be asked the usual questions you might want to do about your seat chances. Obviously, during the sign-up process, when you actually can change your seat choices, do not ask us anything. We will not tell you anything. But after that, we will answer about how are your chances, what you might need to do to keep the seat you want, and so on, so on. But yeah,
But yeah, Eerie, I wanted to ask you because nobody really asked me about their chances. Did people ask you?
few people did, yes.
I'm
Also,
pretty sure
you
it just came down to
forgot
like
to
everyone else
mention me.
asking Yuri the same questions over and over.
I think I had one person, but I can't remember off the top of my head.
I know I asked Yuri, but I don't know about anyone else.
I pretty much only asked Yuri.
Yeah.
I'll just say that.
Yeah, I do, as the host, I do expect to get the most of the questions, but I just say that you can ask any of us. We have just about the equal knowledge. How do you say that word? Yeah.
I'm the one who like watches pretty much all the feeder series, so.
But yeah, so
Also,
we will.
There's also one more role as well because usually Flo gets helped out with his GP2 choices. Obviously Rick can't do that now. Obviously.
Also, the team will
Have we
remain the
decided
same for
who's gonna
2018.
do it with Flo?
Maybe I could help Flo with the GP2 choice.
No, I think didn't we? We did already decide that, didn't we? Who was
Oh.
I
gonna?
think.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay.
We can
I think
we can talk about that in our own chat later on. But yeah,
Yeah.
I want to move into the requested rule changes and then the questions from the discussion chat that thankfully Flo took out of the discussion chat and gave me a DM because the discussion chat. I just need to say I need to read something that I did put in the discussion chat as the first message. So yeah, I just need to do this to you all, as long as I can actually scroll. So yeah, please do not spam this chat with any discussion. This is only for questions. Also, specify and be clear what the question is about.
I mean,
Thank you.
let's be honest. It was never always going to be like that. I mean, you could put that in, but they'd always have people that would
Yeah,
would
but
ignore that.
One can hope. One can hope.
Mm.
So yeah, I have few people had DM'd me, so I'm going to. Well, one people did DM me before this, so apart from Florian, but yeah. So the first request, which is
It's Snaz.
no, I'm doing the DMs now. So
Oh, you're doing
first.
the DM.
Yeah.
Say.
Okay, so yeah, so the one of the or this person had 3 questions. So the first question is about the one stopper. The person messaging me thinks that one stop should be less likely, and sometimes they can work as it did for Villeneuve at Italy, but many times they can ruin a race. So so they want them to be turned down from the current, which is 25%. 3 and 1 stop have 25%, and 2 stop has the 50%. So yeah, I've been thinking about this, and maybe we should lower the 1 stoppers when we are using softs or softer tires. And
I mean,
Well,
is there also any like? I mean, I know this will sound like a stupid question, but is there any like certain tracks that generally have more? Well, there probably is, but is there any tracks that have more one chance of a one-stopper than others?
At the moment, actually, no, because the tracks, the tire wear that is its own thing. It is only the tire that matters in the tire wear. So the track
Yeah.
itself doesn't.
You've also got even softer tyres in 2018 because you've got the Hyper Soft.
Yeah,
So-
and that's actually I need to do a test race with the Hypersofts and see what happens, because even the
I mean,
Ultra Softs were very heavy on the wear.
Oh.
I just mentally prepare
want
myself
to
for
ask
the soft at Mexico.
Something, related to
Yeah,
this.
like a
So-
good solution for the decrease of one stops in softer tires would be like, it's just like for soft, super soft, hyper soft, I guess.
I wouldn't say
And then
necessarily
from-
soft, but super
Yeah.
soft and
Yeah,
hyper
super
soft. Not
soft.
necessarily
Yeah.
soft.
And then from soft onwards, it should be how it is at the moment.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. So I'm actually going to be. I'm going to write into this thing. Okay, this is annoying. Confirmed. One stoppers less likely when super softs or softer. So yeah, that's what I'm going to put there. And then
Yeah,
I
so
can say this, Yuri.
Alright.
I don't know if this is going to be left a little bit later on in the what you call it, but I feel like I need to mention this again. Guys, tires are not chosen manually. It's done by a random pig.
yes, that's like never.
I've seen Snaz and other people say that several times. Please,
Yeah,
this time, please.
do not. Okay,
towards-
I'm going to say
like
this.
a million times.
I'm going to say this very clearly and very strictly. Do not request any tires for any race. It is random. Thank you.
Good night.
I
loud
wanted,
and, loud and clear.
I wanted to ask something about tires.
Still gonna get asked this.
About actually more like, I was wondering if you could make multiple stop strategies a possibility in GP2 and in DTM, because
Actually, that's changing the tire compound is not working for GP4, unfortunately.
I mean, not exactly the compound, just making more than one pit stop, because
Oh, okay. Well, I guess for DTM it's not necessary, to be honest, because
Yeah,
the
but
race
still.
length is only like up to 55 minutes, and the same goes for GP2.
Still, I feel it could give some more.
I mean,
variability, I guess, with the
I
strategy, because-
use two stoppers actually for some DTM tracks, but not for all. Like for Brno, I use two stops
alright.
strategies.
I don't think it needs changing, to be honest.
I was just mentioning
Speaking
that
of
because
pit
we had
stops,
some
by the
races
way,
like
we're-
Manicure, which were pretty atrocious.
Yeah, okay.
Thing is, we were on the topic of pit stops there. I might as well mention I managed to sort out the pit stop issues with Brands Hatch during BECC. If anybody watched the finale of that, so
Oh, jeez.
again, that shouldn't happen again.
You say it shouldn't, but it will.
No,
I have
no,
a question
seriously,
about
it hasn't.
yellow-
I've tested
Or
it.
another problem will come up.
I'm gonna have to bounce now. See you later, guys.
Okay. that's
Okay.
fine.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah,
going to
see
move
you, Rob.
into the next question that I have in my DMs. So I'm going to do the DMs questions first. Then I'm going to see the. If you can help me, just after I've done with the DM questions, tell me what's on the YouTube chat. Anyway, the second thing is about test drivers. So in Abu Dhabi, we had the at practice we had the incident with Felix. Quite a big crash, and the injuries are still on. Just it's so competitive that people kind of don't want to use. But maybe sometimes I'm going to reveal that Felix actually wanted to be injured for that crash. But the issue was that the test driver was in the GP2 and they were racing at that race, and it was obviously it was on the other side of the world, so it wasn't
Yes.
possible. So
Yeah.
the actual question, so in in a team that is affiliated with another team. So, for example, Red Bull to Toro Rosso, or maybe Mercedes to one of the Mercedes engine teams. The test driver of one of those teams can actually jump into the other one of those. So, for example, the Toro Rosso test driver can drive a Red Bull if the Red Bull main driver gets injured, which is unlikely, but just a scenario. So
I'm just going to be completely honest with you, Yuri. I'm not really a fan of the injury rule. That's my personal opinion.
Yeah, because as we know from before, sometimes drivers can get injured when they're
Yeah,
not
but
injured. Not naming any names.
Yeah.
Hobo.
yeah, but
It has
that's not allowed anymore. The thing that's how it works at the moment. Like I know that Joe didn't use the injury rule in when he hosted, so there was no possibility of being injured. But how I been doing it has been that if there has been a big crash, like a really big crash, I might ask the driver if they feel like they want to miss the race or not, which 99.5% actually, well, yeah, 99.5% has been like that they will race. There were a few cases in 2012, 2011 where it was still happening, but it's too competitive for it right now, and I'm starting to agree with Joe that maybe we should just scrap the injuries completely.
I agree.
Yeah.
So
I
yeah.
agree.
Yep.
Agree.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
I think you could still like.
Getting used anyways. We don't have to
yeah.
have these injuries.
No injuries in the OC. That's honestly that's kind of going to make the well it was already, but that kind of just makes the test drivers as an honorary role with some of the
Yeah.
practice.
Mainly a connection thing, really.
Yeah,
Let's put
but
it out.
yeah. So moving on to the
And
next.
besides, you can still drive for the main team if somebody manages to get
So
banned.
so this is the final. This is the final question from the DMs before I'm going to the questions that Florian gave me from the actual public chat. So the lap 1 rule. So I was asked about that maybe we should have penalties for some incidents in lap 1. For example, the incidents where clearly one car is at fault, where for example those who just ram into the back of one car at the halfway point of lap 1. So do you have any opinions of this? Should we maybe start giving penalties at lap 1, or
I think you should. Like, if it's not turn
think
1,
we
then
should.
I don't see why they shouldn't be penalized.
Yeah.
I agree.
If it's a clear and obvious kind of takeout
Yeah.
per se, then yeah, it should be a penalty. But if not, then yeah.
okay?
For
So
example,
I'm going to put it as confirmed. Like I'm going to put it. Okay,
Yeah.
that's wrongly written.
But maybe
Confirmed.
we should note
Lap 1
we
rule
should
is
think about
now
about turn 1.
Turn
because
1 rule.
when drivers just smash into each other because of the way GP4 works,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think it's
So
not
as you
a
can
good way
read
to
it
give
now,
a penalty.
we don't give penalty for turn 1, but
Okay.
after that the penalties are on.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
So yeah,
alright.
then
Anybody asking questions in the stream chat?
uh,
Can see them. We're not answering them yet.
yeah, we will answer them soon. So 3 questions that Florian picked that made sense from the request channel. So new schedule replacing Monaco or Abu Dhabi, for example. So as of 2018,
Monaco, 100%.
No.
Keep Abu Dhabi because Abu Dhabi actually provides good racing. Get rid of
Yeah.
Yeah.
Personally,
I agree.
GP4
Agree
is
with you,
okay.
George.
I don't see why we should get rid of Monaco until 2021. That's
yeah, I
my
was just
opinion.
going into that. So
Mm.
in 2018, there is is no replacement tracks. All of the tracks that were raced in 2018 will be raced in the OC. Monaco will be using the old version because that just works. Even if it's a bit of a boring race, it's still better than the mess that it was before. And I'm going to.
Yeah.
It's the pit entry, not the corner.
Stressful.
But yeah, one in terms of 2021, one track I'm going to say already we are absolutely getting rid of is Singapore. I don't want to use that track. Actually, I just it just never seems to work. Even if it's clean, you will still all of the time fear about the sling, or on the versions without the sling, the turn one is horrible. If somebody could make a version without the sling and with the old turn one, it would actually be sensible. But yeah, that the Singapore might be something that will be changed before 21, but the others are most likely not going to be changed. And
We also have the thing with 2020 as well, because Hanoi at the moment, as we speak, still hasn't been made.
yeah, that's a thing.
Only the DAT file.
Only a DAT file, which is not
saw.
available to the public.
Yeah.
Then I have the second question from the three. So a filler series during the break time like A1GP, and I'm going to be completely honest here. No, because I actually want to have break when we do the break. So
Yeah, that's fair enough.
the 2 weeks I'm actually going to be mostly off. I will create the cars of the season, like change the numbers and the helmets and stuff like that. But otherwise, I'm just going to try to relax what I can, apart from my work, which is sometimes very stressful. But let's not talk about that. Sometimes you can see what happens at my work when on my Twitter account. But yeah. And young drivers test to showcase the test drivers. I'm pretty sure we already have that.
We have test drivers.
Yes,
the final test race has all the test drivers, so
You already kind of have a young drivers test / test driver day. It's called day 4 of pre-season testing.
yeah.
So not a good question. Whoever said that.
So yeah, that's from the discussion chat.
I have a question.
Okay.
That's regarding yellow flags. We saw
Interesting
the
thing.
incident that Armor had at turn 1 that people were already committed to the move before the flag came out.
Actually, that's something I forgot. I wanted to talk about this, but I think it was forgotten a bit. So yeah, I was thinking about that. If somebody is going for the move already, then even if there is a yellow flag, they can complete the move without any penalty. So yeah, in Brazil we had the turn 1, the yellow flag got up, and few people were already overtaking and got penalized because of that. So
I don't think, to be honest, I don't think Felix and Jan's overtakes was excusable, because I think they tried to go for an overtake after the yellow flag came out.
No, I was before the yellow flag came out already.
Felix's was later on, so he didn't really have that much of an excuse, to be honest.
So yeah, I'm going to put at confirm. I'm trying to think a sentence that makes sense.
I have an idea for the yellow flag. We can maybe apply a pen if the driver overtake.
There's no safety car because
seconds
it's impossible
after
to
the
be
20
implemented in
seconds.
GP4 in GP4 as a game. End of story.
Everything's gone quiet in here.
Yeah, because I'm writing. Okay,
Yeah.
that's
like
I've got check for that for a
you're in
second.
the playground, right, and you hear all these loud noises, and then there's just this one point where everybody just goes silent, and it just sounds so awkward. It's a bit like that.
So yeah, I think
I
that's
was saying,
that's somewhat okay. is there anything else? I was something I was trying to think. Should we do the YouTube questions now or
Yes, we should.
Yeah,
I guess.
let's get them out of the way. Well,
Yeah.
yeah? There's quite a
I
lot
had
of
a
them. I
last
hope you can
question.
help me to find them and tell me the questions that are in the YouTube. I'm having a bit of
So,
I found a
Oh
question.
my
We'll go
God.
to them later.
there's,
I
there's,
want to ask, there's one question I want to ask, a very funny question to somebody in here, but I'll leave that till the last bit for the open floor bit.
Yeah, that's good for it's open floor.
is that the one about me?
We'll have
Maybe.
to find out.
I have no idea what's going on.
Anyway, let's go to the questions that people were asking in the chat.
On the track reviews.
On the track review or the rule changes, etc.
Oh, requested rule. Well, we know who's usually asking questions about rule changes in the stream chats quite a lot.
okay. I'm
Yeah.
let's answer some of the YouTube questions now. If 11 drivers retire from the race, a red flag? No.
Oh,
No.
stupid.
That's
No.
Terrible
honestly
idea.
that's stupid. Sorry, but like we should keep
I don't know
racing.
where your no offense, Nez, but I don't know where your logic comes from that. I really don't.
I will.
Oh,
yes.
I found a good question here. Will you change the broadcast HUD for the 2018 season?
Actually, yes. There is a new HUD for 2018.
Yeah.
Yay.
It is going to. It is
Yeah.
going to be similar to the actual 2018 HUD. So yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm a CL.
Not
Uh, something
About
I found.
2021, is it possible to have new constructors like BMW since it is fantasy?
Yeah,
Short
we went
answer,
over this.
yes. It's not going to be that I just you request the team and I will just put them. It is there is a system that will kind of decide what happens with the teams. Like there is a chance for the teams to have a new main sponsor or it's going to become a new team or something like that. It's going to be a simplified from the concept series, so it's going to keep the OC's core intact. So even if there is a new team and stuff, all of the team changes will always be told around the sign-ups. So at the sign-ups, because the sign system is staying same, you will the final time when you will know the next season's calendar and teams is the sign-up.
we were talking about tracks, weren't we?
And the rule changes.
Yeah.
I'm going to say we track because there's this question that kept floating around from Abu Dhabi and it's transferred to here. Snez saying Brazil version because I know she's desperate for it to be the 2019 version. Here's the thing: he was initially meant to have that for this season, but it keeps crashing on him.
Yeah, I have to try to fix the version at the moment. If I can get it to work, we will use the new version of Brazil.
Another question is, can a red flag be triggered? If so, when?
No, because red flags don't exist in Grand Prix 4.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we don't have
And
red
the
In
second
the
flag.
car
actual
also
game,
doesn't
but
exist.
you know what? If you're talking about rule-wise rather than gameplay-wise, if that's the right words I've used there, probably not.
So it's a bit skipping a few topics for the fantasy era questions, but I'm just going to answer the one that Armor put here. So, will the liveries changed every season? It really depends. I'm looking for people to make some liveries. If there is a good team for livery making, there will be more livery changes. If not, then then the bigger changes of liveries will happen when there's a sponsor change or engine manufacturer change or a new team. That makes sense to make a new livery then.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's going to be small revisions unless we have a bigger team making the liveries. But should we actually go to the few things that 2018 track reviews and the 2017 ranking reveal before we start actually going even more to these YouTube questions because there's
Yeah,
I think the one.
last question
I think the one.
from Mag.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like there's some questions from Mag that will the timing schedules change or will they remain the same?
For me, it's going to remain the same. I will.
Same here. No changes for
So,
me either.
something to note because
Actually,
my
I would like to put the GP2 qualifying on Monday to like 7 p.m.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's alright.
All right.
so something I'm
only
not.
that.
I won't be able to change the schedule for me because I work at a certain times. So, and I do want a couple of hours that I have from getting to home to starting the OC, and usually after the OC I've been almost immediately gone to the gym. So that's also something I do.
Or playing badminton.
Well, sometimes that's usually when I go there. I will usually do it before the OCs.
Just to get you back on the badminton court.
Yeah. Give me a sponsorship and
Shall
I'll
we
go
move
for the
on?
championship. I'm not that good. Like I'm
Hashtag
like
be the Pelicans
I will
sponsor.
I will say I'm like an intermediate player, not anything close to a pro, but at least I can I can hit it with pretty
So-
good accuracy.
So George, before we move on, you had a question, I think.
Well, if I did, it's gone out of my head, so don't worry.
Come back later if you dare.
Yeah, come back later. Yeah.
Yeah, there's still
Okay.
so yeah, going to the so I'm going to do 2018 track reviews. So obviously all of the races in 2017 are gone, and based on the actual OC race, not an arbitrary test race that never seems to be accurate. So using the 2017 actual races, here's what I'm most likely doing to any track. So I'm going to go track by track and say how it goes. Except for the new tracks, those are their own thing. So Melbourne was okay. That's probably not going to change. For China, I need to find something to make the cars stop from heavily defending into a hairpin. In terms of Bahrain, that's okay. Russia, I have halved the mistake rate, so we won't see another like that Renault battle where it was a fight of who goes off the track the most.
Nothing we can do about the pit exit though. I don't.
Yeah,
think.
that's unfixable, sadly. Spain, okay, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it was okay. It was okay.
Monaco, the 90s version is okay. We don't talk about the modern version anymore. Canada was okay. Baku,
Pit entry.
Baku was actually pretty good, I would say.
yeah, but Baku will have half the mistake rate because it seems like every major mistake ends up in a wall, of course. Like
Yeah, it's a street circuit.
yeah, so it's going to be
You have to be alert on a street
half of
circuit.
the mistake rate, and same goes for Austria because that was the first big shock of the
I'll be honest with
2017.
you, the one that Nicholas and who was the other guy that had that crash? Can't remember.
It was Hutter, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't think
after.
that was a glitch personally because it didn't involve the pit entrance. I think that was just a on-off accident.
Could have been, but I'm going to lower the mistake rate in Austria because too many people went off, in my opinion.
I also remember that in that race, Tiravi spun like 4 times. So it was a high mistake rate. And
Yeah,
it was
too
rare
much.
to see always the same driver to do the same mistake.
Yeah, sometimes the thing with some of the faster tracks is because the mistakes was vary from race to race. Sometimes it just goes in the middle of a fast corner where everybody will spin. In terms of the Silverstone, in the dry it's okay. In the wet I need to find a better setting. Nürburgring is in 2018, so we don't need to talk about that. It was actually pretty good.
Might as well talk about Hockenheim.
Yeah, Hockenheim untested at the moment. It should be okay.
Was okay for 2016.
Yeah. So
And it was okay for 2014.
Hungary is my biggest headache at the moment. Like that's just the
Turn 2.
Yeah, that's. I have no idea how to fix it. I will try to test all kind of things.
I know there's a 2020 version in development of Budapest. Hopefully that fixes that problem.
Yeah, Spa is okay. Monza, even though the race seemed a bit like chaotic, it was actually okay. The only issue is if you go 3 wide into the turn 1, like
one.
Yeah, it's going to end the same way.
Yeah.
Singapore.
We don't talk about Singapore.
Yeah, that's the second largest headache. Sometimes it actually gives a clean race, but yeah.
Easier, no need to talk about. Move on.
Yeah.
Move on.
Suzuka was okay.
I think that was actually the best one, to be honest, because I actually had fun doing the highlights for that.
Which one?
Japan.
I
had fun doing those highlights.
Yeah, that was okay. That was okay.
I mean, no, I think wasn't. I mean, even though it's not the kind for 2018, but wasn't like Malaysia your biggest headache? 'Cause you nearly. I remember I was in the chat for that. I remember I was in the chat for that one. And you were very close to.
Yeah, I actually
to rage quitting basically.
Yeah, I lost my. I lost my calmness in that because like that was so radically more chaotic than the test race that it was like it didn't make sense.
That was the one where Motras won about 10 times, didn't he?
Yeah, but that wasn't the problem. That wasn't the problem. The problem was with the pit lane, the final corner, the first corner, turn 3, turn 4. Like everything was going like.
After and
I mean, at least
his
with
tires that were gone.
These corners. Austin, I think is okay.
Run apart, it was okay.
Anyway, moving on from Suzuka.
Yeah, United States, so Circuit of the Americas. Lapping is a problem. Lapping is a problem. Otherwise, it's okay.
Yeah.
Mexico, okay. In the wet, it seemed like the corner before the SS. Sometimes you got too good of a run and you hit the car before the SS and spin. Gal did it few times.
Gal.
Yeah. Joe as well.
Hashtag Galvanado.
Yeah.
It was also the tires.
Abu Dhabi was clean. Quite clean.
Except for the pit glitch.
Yeah. Except for the
apart that Joel.
That's pretty rare, actually. The pit
that's
glitch.
Yeah. The pit glitch. I mean, I feel like the pit glitch was.
I'm all about the one between me and a certain somebody in this call, but I'm not going to name his name.
The pit glitch is like you cannot stop it, and it's so rare. But in terms of Brazil, okay, yeah.
Sorry. It happened to me last season. Oh wait. Move on.
Yeah. Brazil, we need a new track version because I don't know why the weaving glitch was so happening so much.
How many drivers actually had the weaving glitch?
Like 4 to 5.
3 or 4, I think.
Yeah, few drivers had it for only a bit, but for example,
because what version did you use for the race?
2008, same one as mine.
Yeah.
What 2000? Oh, 2008. Okay.
Yeah.
Joe had it like for like almost 20 laps almost like something like that region. While
I
so
had it
Also-
in English last season at Silverstone, but it was only on the Mercedes boys, oddly enough.
yeah.
Yeah.
Does
I'll
that
test
mean we're
the
moving on
racing,
to driver rankings?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
this
This is
is
Rick's section.
last
well, this is kind of
Last
like a
question.
Rick section and mine section. So the how I have it. So I'm having up from the text file. I have the lowest ranking driver to the best ranking driver, and we are going to reveal them one by one. We can talk about their season a bit. So yeah, everybody ready? Let's start with the
Yeah.
first one. So yeah, the first one is tier 5 and the only driver in tier 5. Sorry Nicolas Sorback, the only driver in tier 5. Out of the races he did, he finished 4 times. Most of the retirements were crashes and there were mechanical failures, but all from like lower positions. The season wasn't good, and yeah, he didn't retain his seat.
Yeah.
So yeah,
He is a tech driver this season at Manor, so
yeah.
As I said, they've given him some pity, but
they've given him a little sorry note. That's
So then moving on to tier 4, the first one in tier 4 is Oliver Glazebrook. Yeah, he is the lowest of the tier 4s. Lost
much
his
to the
seat.
delight of Evan.
His season was actually pretty similar to his most of the seasons where he's nowhere. Then he has those few races where he's way up the field. This season Monza was one. Also Mexico before he had that unfortunate incident. But yeah, this time it wasn't good enough to retain the seat.
Yeah,
No
like
surprise
real
there, to be
competition
honest,
this time.
the competition.
Yeah. In P20, Etienne Jones.
sorry, I'm just laughing at Julius's comment there. This is bullshit. Echo should be clearly in tier 1.
Yeah. So P20 Etienne Jones did enough to retain his seat, just about. Not spectacular, but yeah, he's the man of the stable now, and that's basically because he doesn't have those moments of greatness to say. So.
I told this to Yuri, Rick, and Evan during the when we were doing one of the discussion streams. I said this because when the week came when it was announced that we would be moving to fantasy car performances from 2021, and it was also announced Mana was Linty. Hang on, let's start. Is it my end or is the stream buffering?
Like the stream for me isn't buffering. It's just the voice chat is lagging horribly sometimes.
Yeah.
It's fine for
Anyway,
me.
Joe, you were talking about
Oh
the
yeah,
matter.
as I was saying, and I'll try and start again because I've lost thought. So basically, when it was announced that the 2021 fantasy car performances were going to be a thing, and it was announced that Mana were going to be leaving after 2020, Etienne replied by saying this: "R.I.P. my top class career."
Yeah, he knows. He knows. So yeah, moving to P19. Yeah, so only Etienne and Oliver were in tier 4. So it's into the tier 3, which is the average tier. So tier 3 and P19, Evan Byrne, just enough to retain the seat. Had the McLaren seat been a bit later, he would have gotten it over De Rosa, but he was incredibly lucky to get the Renault seat over Julius. So yeah.
We'll talk
Yeah, it was
about
like
it more later.
absurdly close.
He got it over Julius a bit later, yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
going to P18, Felix Sontag. Well, he was destroyed by his teammate, but he wasn't bad. Also,
No, it was okay.
he
In the second part of the season.
yeah, he got the Williams seat. It had pretty weak fight for the seat. So yeah, he has lot to improve, and let's see if he can do better.
As said as well, let's not forget that if he doesn't do well here in for 2018, he might consider retirement. But
Yeah,
we'll see.
I
Yeah.
10 into P17. It's Joel Hutter, the luckiest person from the sign-ups by far. He was
Way lucky.
I mean, to be honest,
Way lucky.
I'm surprised he is actually quite low. I mean, I thought he'd be a little bit higher up. I know he was lucky to get the Red Bull
Yeah,
seat and everything.
the thing is, Joel kind of peaked really early.
yeah, he was very high up around the Spain, but then he dropped a lot.
Off a cliff.
But he definitely got lucky with the Red Bull one. Like, he's going to be under a lot of pressure next year.
I just read what Armor put.
You did. You did this.
Like, you're focusing on that. I'm focusing on why.
While being in the same street as Rick and literally point at him, going like this: "You did this. You."
I've just seen Julius's comment as well. Don't remind me.
So, sorry, it's our job, Julius. Anyway, moving on.
P16 is Tervi now turn on, and yes, he was ranked a bit higher than his teammate. His overall performance was, in terms of pace, was a bit better. I think he did lose out on the overseason points, but in terms of performance, he was ranked higher. He kind of was lucky to get the Force India seat, because there could have been a lot of drivers who would have beaten him if they just...
I'm going to answer that for Michael, because he said, hang on, I ranked higher than Tarabi. You weren't at Abu Dhabi, which is when we made...
Yeah.
After Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
When we made the...
Tiravi dropped a lot from the Brazil race. That's something.
Because Brazil he closed the 17th and Michael was 5th.
To be honest,
so,
both
that was a big difference.
Not a good season.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, they're also under pressure. P15, George Rogue did well enough to keep the Haas seat, which is very good considering what kind of car the 2018 Haas is going to be. So yeah.
At least I don't have to make a George Rogue video for another season.
Yeah.
Just upload the same video again.
So yeah.
The return of George Rogue.
So yeah.
Breaking news: George Rogue gets dropped after 2018.
Oh god.
So yeah,
George improved a lot in the second part of the season. In the first part, he was very, very in danger.
Yeah, 12 was my 12 was the cursed number.
How many?
Yeah.
P12 forever.
How many incidents did we have together? 3, if I remember correctly, right?
But yeah.
In the words of Julius, don't remind me.
Better things expected in 2018. Let's put it at that. So, P14. Roberto Gamba, he was actually that standout from the first half of the season. But then in the second half, he dropped quite a lot. Thanks for his first half. He got retained by McLaren very early. And with that kind of performances, he most likely, unless the competition is going to get very fierce, he most likely is going to stay in 2019 as well. So yeah, good first half, a bit of an weaker second half, but it balanced out itself.
Also, let's gonna say that he outsmashed massively Oliver.
Yeah.
Like that was one-sided.
Oliver, right? Last few seasons, he's always managed to find a way to get to top class. Not this time.
The streak is over.
Yeah, the streak is over. And this happened in 2020, so everything can happen.
Was the OC version of Lesnar.
So yeah.
Somebody Photoshop that, please.
Moving on to P13, it's Michael Mozzo who raised his ranking a lot in Brazil. Before that, he was behind Terry, and that's a bit unlucky, because if there was going to be one more race, he would have gotten the Force India seat. the season was very much an improvement on what we have used to seen from him. So I would honestly expect him to make a return in 2019 if he does well in DTM.
I should add that pretty much between like Tier V and Nacho in the rankings, like that area is like really close in the standings.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
P12 is Jay McKenzie, who lost out his Mercedes seat. So yeah, he's ranked in the midfield and against his competition, aka Franco Lopez and Florian Walker, that wasn't enough. His first half of the season was absolutely terrible. He was.
Can I tell something?
If I remember
Can I
correctly,
reveal something?
he was in tier 4, tier 5 region.
He was tier 4.
It was
tier 4 almost the whole first half season. Tier 4, 21st,
Yeah.
20th place.
Yeah,
If my calculation. Sorry.
yeah, okay, I'm going to continue before you can say. So his second half was better, but I'm going to say the fact that he kept the championship hopes alive to the last race is an absolute crime. He in all of the more chaotic races, people in front of him DNF because of any reason, and he just finished third or second and just cruised there, minute behind a Red Bull or something. Then he was in the championship fight, which if he would have won it, it would have been the worst performing champion in the whole history. So yeah.
Sorry, I've just got back.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't there like where we were considering preferring Franco before Brazil?
Yeah, but that was before Franco had a streak of bad luck.
Yeah, we can talk about more about Franco in a bit.
I only just got back, but why is Jay McKenzie that low? I know you may have just explained it, but just like some
his first half was
can I say
awful.
one thing about Jay? Jay was probably by my calculation last. Was 21st, only ahead of the poor. You know what happened there, but it was last. It was a terrible season. It was even slower than after that. It was inconsistent in the first part. So you know that was means it's a disaster, very disastrous.
I mean, had his first half of the season continued into the second half, he would be out of a drive. But yeah, he saved himself.
Yeah.
I'll just get to this question before we move on to P11. Jorge's just asked. He said my name for some reason. I think he means Yuri. These tiers are for drivers' rankings, which are in doubt to continue with their current teams for next season. Basically, a question art. Is that what you're basically?
Not really.
I didn't completely no. These are the rankings for how everybody performed in my and the sign-up team's opinion in 2017, which is what we use to determine the teams. So basically it means that, for example, tier 5 is the lowest one, tier 4 next, and tier 3, and so on. And basically these are to make the sign-up process and calculating the driver's performance per se. So it's basically for that. So in 2018, of course, the ranking starts over, and usually you can try to assume how you rank, looking at how you are performing compared to your car. And you for example, getting a 20 rated race is very different if you're driving a Mercedes than if you're driving let's say a Renault. In Mercedes, to get a 20, you need to absolutely dominate the race. In Renault, you need to like finish maybe just behind the top teams, or if they have issues, maybe a podium and you are getting a 20. It depends on your car what ratings you get.
Moving on to P11 then.
Yes, P11, Jules Anderson. his rating got improved at Brazil as well.
Yeah.
But also
Yeah,
something
pretty
to
much.
say, he was unlucky to lose the seat. He would have
Yeah.
he would have beaten drivers to so many other seats, and with the Renault, everyone was
like-
just in the range to get it.
Like,
Yeah.
legitimately, it could have gone anyway.
Had Evan been in tier
Wrong
4,
time, wrong place.
Julius would have got the Renault seat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Evan got into tier 3 due to his team connection. He just got it over Julius.
probably
Barely.
like
Yeah.
let's take a look. I'm going to open the 2018 wiki for a bit. I'm going to I think this is going to hurt you a bit, but the only team.
I have it open, by the way. I have it open.
But yeah, just
So Julius, if he applied to Red Bull, he would have got Red Bull. If he went for First India, you would have got First India. You would have also easily got Williams or Toro Rosso or Haas even.
Yeah.
Probably Haas not really because
Yeah,
George would still beat you. I think.
yeah, not
Yeah.
Haas. McLaren
McLaren,
easily.
you would have got it.
Alfa Romeo.
Stop it, I get it.
Yes.
So yeah, that's-
Sauber, you have got it as well.
So yeah, into P10, and now we are going to tier 2. So these are the drivers who, in our
Sorry,
opinion,
before you start, Jordan, these are top class rankings, not GP2, DTM, whatever. In fact, you're not even in a series, so.
okay. So yeah, so
Christ.
we are
You're in the
moving,
wrong,
moving
you're in the
into
wrong stream.
yeah,
Yeah.
moving into tier 2. So now we are getting into the drivers who performed very well. And the first in tier 2, Paulino Tomaselli was like really impressive. He
Rookie of the year.
He destroyed
Oh,
Felix in the
easily.
qualifying, and his race pace was usually very good. Sometimes he managed to get the Sauber, which was if we don't count Manor, it was the slowest team. Actually, sometimes on the faster tracks, it was even slower than the Manor because of the old engine. So yeah, sometimes he just managed to get points when maybe he shouldn't, and it was an awesome season for him, and we are expecting a lot of him in 2018 with that improved Sauber.
Yeah.
Can I
Let's
also
say
mention as
that,
well, because I think there'll be some people who are wondering where Nicholas Pascali was in the end. He ended up in tier 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and moving to P9, it's a tie between. Now I revealed P6 also, but yeah.
Oh,
So,
you revealed it.
so yeah,
P7.
tie to
Tie
to P7. It's Rick Jan, Franco Gamba, and Roland Mozian. We know that these three all had good seasons. For Rick, it's a bit weaker than what it was last season, 2016, but he probably doesn't care that much considering he's retiring. But yeah,
I don't care that much.
it's good to retire on a high. Franco Gamba, I think this was his best ever season. Not exactly
Can
sure.
confirm.
So yeah, completely deserved the Haas seat, and of course we are expecting a lot. And Roland Mozian also, even though the championship standings sometimes lie, Roland Mozian performed really well. He was usually the better Williams driver, but he had more bad luck and lost out in positions.
Yeah.
So yeah.
For example, China this year when he was fourth and he was forced to retire with an engine failure in the last lap also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, moving to P6, and it's the new Mercedes driver, Franco Lopez. Even he, I think, it was a bit weaker than his 2016, but that season his ranking is a bit underestimated in our opinion, in the sign-up team's opinion, because like he qualified well and then he gets taken out of lap 1, which usually gives you a low ranking because we cannot get know what kind of race you were going to have. And I think if all of those races that were ended in turn 1 were all rated average, which is 10, I think he would have been possibly even tier 1, but completely deserved the Mercedes seat. And it was pretty impressive seeing him fighting for the win in China, and also Brazil was great. The only one stopper that performed above what the car could have. And yeah, very good performances, and expecting very much a lot in the Mercedes. Most likely going to be a new winner. If he doesn't win a race in 2018, it's going to be a disappointment. But yeah, maybe he even fights for the championship, who knows.
As odd as it sounds, I'm also expecting Joel Hutter to get a win at least.
Yeah. Yeah, in the
It's a
GP4.
miracle if he gets a podium.
But yeah, let's go to P5, which is Miklos Gal. Like, we always people, there's the Galdonado jokes, there's all kinds of stuff, but in the end, he performed really well. His pace was good.
Hey, I'm back, guys.
He had some very unlucky moment with the car reliability as well. Like in Kota, he was leading and the car gave up, and stuff like that. The Galdonado jokes aside, very fast races and very good season overall. And I personally, if he keeps going like this, he's going to just stay at Red Bull forever. Like there's no reason to get rid of him.
I think at times Miklos beats himself up a bit too much, thinking he's having a crap season and all that. But no, not really. If his pace is good.
Well, the Galdonado jokes must get to him.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll take the blame for that because I started it.
Yeah, but we all do it sometimes. Like he, for some reason, his driver is always the most aggressive on the grid.
Yeah.
But yeah, into P4, Florian Walker. Like, good season, but we have used for Florian to be like way above. In 2016 he wasn't, but before that he's probably top 3 in every season he's been. So it was a bit of a return to form, but not that much. Also, he can never go to Italy again. First he leaves Ferrari for Mercedes, then he decides to like let's look at it. If he didn't crash into his teammate at Abu Dhabi, Ferrari would have a champion. So, yeah, like
Please don't make that sound worse than it does, because it brings back 2007 memories.
So yeah, he was the evil of the 2017.
Even according to kayfabe news as well.
So yeah, moving into P3 is Will Neller. Finally, he did it, and he almost lost it. He was leading the ratings at some point, but his second half of the season was a bit weaker, especially the last few races. And like, I'm going to be honest, Brazil was very, very terrible to watch up until the last points of the race, where it was going to be clear that he was going to win it, and he deserved that championship.
I really thought that Jay would win it at some point.
Yeah,
because of the curse.
Me too.
I was thinking
knowing how crazy was the championship.
I was thinking as well. I was thinking as well with regards to the championship talk. Having looked at the whole stands, it would have been, because obviously Will had only 4 wins and Joe had 6. Just imagine if it was reversed. If Will had 6 wins and Joe had 4, but Joe won the championship, at least you would have been typical of his luck. But fortunately, it didn't happen, so that's a relief.
So yeah,
3 of his wins were very lucky. Will's must be sad.
Oh yeah.
Hungary was lucky.
Yeah, true.
and even USA was lucky.
Yeah, USA
So-
was. Yeah, USA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we are
USA was-
moving. You will already know who the two are, but like
Who could they
the
possibly
order,
be?
the order is what
We
is going to
know
be
six-
interesting, and we will know very soon. So tier 1, the drivers that we count as performed at an exceptional level. Easily the best of the season. So yeah. P2 Armor Car. Yeah, there's not much needed to say. He fought for the championship in the Red Bull, which honestly, even if in the OC it's closer than in the real life, the advantage that Ferrari and Mercedes had in terms of reliability and also even the general pace, he did very well, and he lost a lot of points to like stuff outside of his driver's control. Like in Brazil, he was going to win that race. I'm just going to say it now. He was already
Yeah.
he was going to just run away with it. Some very impressive performances. Even though we don't want to talk about Malaysia, we still need to talk that he destroyed the field. And
because he also wasn't a good strategy.
yeah, and some other of the better performances by him were Australia. He just won purely by pace. Spain
Dominated the quali, and roasted literally Miklos in that race, who ended up 8th.
Yeah.
And he lapped him. I remember. Yeah, he lapped him, and
yeah.
being lapped by Armor for Miklos, that was humiliating, to be honest.
Yeah, that's true. Very good performance, and yeah, Ferrari next season with the best car of 2018. That's going to be interesting. Let's see if it's going to be close, but the Ferrari should be a bit better. If the drivers perform at this level, they are definitely going to walk the Mercedes drivers, but let's see. And yeah, Joseph Willows, the best performing driver of 2017. Unlucky to not dominate the title, honestly. Like some very, very unlucky incidents and stuff in his out of the retirements for him. Like, if I remember correctly, in Baku, he few laps remaining, his car had an issue. Yeah. And yeah, his performances were the best of the season in our opinion. Unlucky, very unlucky, but yeah, I think we all wanted Villeneuve to win the title, but in terms of performance, let's say Joseph Willows is the performance champion of 2017.
Yeah,
back on form.
Yeah. Not a three-time
On that
champion.
note, I'll have to get off the call. Thank you guys for the whole for the so many seasons in the OC. I'll hopefully see you occasionally.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks,
Thank
Rick.
you so much, Rick. It was a pleasure to work with you all these years, and I think everybody can confirm that.
He left while you were
and he just left.
Mid-speech. But you got the message anyway.
It was you was a master for me. You teach me a lot of things that I was completely ignorant before, and now I know much more things thanks to you. So thank you.
Now I'm going to combine the last two. It's almost the same thing. So the floor is open for any questions. You can ask them on the YouTube chat or here in the voice chat. And starting from now.
Shall we start off with that funny question I was referring to, if I can find it? Where is it? Who said it? Lorenzo, I know it was. It was Lorenzo. He said,
I knew it was about me. I knew it. I knew it.
Why is your voice so soft, George?
I guess it's just I'm trying to think of. I guess it's just the beer I drink. Currently, I'm drinking Copperberg. So.
Nice. Good choice. You should start an ASMR channel if it's that soft.
Okay,
To
what I
be
want
fair-
to
to be fair, actually, I do watch a lot of ASMR. Actually, I do watch quite a bit of it. To be fair, and it is so.
It's relaxing. It helps you sleep.
Hey guys, it's George here. Welcome to the GP4 OC here in Brazil, where Will Nella could win the championship.
Don't
Yeah.
make Nicholas snore.
Okay, what I wanted to ask was, did you guys go over the question I left in the discussion stream request, like driver of the day for the lower tiers? Or did not get answered?
That's up to Joe and Florian.
Well,
what was that? Sorry.
I don't really know if it's necessary. To
because it's
driver of the day for the lower tiers.
I mean, in the lower tiers, the race winner is the driver of the day.
Not always.
Not last time.
They don't have highlights, so there's no point in doing it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I'm definitely
like,
not going to do
not
that.
officially, but like unofficially in the stream chats or something, like asking a question of who is your driver of the day, and then people will just give their opinions about it. Same goes for DTM and maybe also for FE and BTCC.
Yeah.
I mean, people can do it themselves, but I think it's not necessary to make a straw poll about it.
I was actually debating, come to think of it, if I still do driver of the day and race rating for next year. I mean, I don't know why, I always have done it, but I'm just debating if I actually keep doing it next year or not.
Well, it reminds people, that's for sure.
I guess. But to answer your question, Armar, by the way, no, I'm definitely not going to start that.
And only fast.
That's the curves at
What
side,
a
like.
lad. What a lad.
I don't know if we had this already asked this question or not, but I'll just say it anyway, just in case. From 2021, will the calendar for each season be the same, or will they change from season to season?
Was it the car livery?
No, I asked. From 2021, will the calendar for each season be the same, or will they change from season to season?
It will change at least a bit from season to season, so there will be different races.
Another question here from Maggle. He asks, is Force India going to change their name to Racing Point in Spa Monza and GP4?
No. It's going to change to Racing Point in 2019.
Yeah, we said it a lot of times that in 2018 Force India will take like Force India, and in 2019 it will be Racing Point. It's I think the 97th time that we told that. Sorry for being rude, but seriously, we said it a lot of times. Sorry.
Yes.
Sorry again.
Yeah, we have said that a few times. And now the message is deleted.
Deleted.
When are we making Formula E Tier 5 and BTCC Tier 4? Because I'm guessing the BTCC champion will actually move up.
I mean,
That's actually quite.
I want to say something.
I don't know what it is about Formula E and people not going and the champions not going up to GP2 or DTM. I mean, I thought we could have had it with Michael Clark, but he doesn't seem to want to go up to those two tiers.
He wants to race the British cars.
Clark decided. Clark decided to back to BTCC. So what the hell was that?
It's the best. It's the best racing series, you know. So why wouldn't you want to
better
race
than
in
Grand Prix Rock and Racing.
And guys, think about that. He's the first BTCC driver to be also an F1 test driver. So
yeah.
He might not be in BTCC next season though, because he's also applied for Formula E again. So, and I do Tier 4 before Tier 5. So,
did he apply for DTM?
No, he hasn't actually.
He hasn't.
No, he hasn't.
I really thought
makes
he would have done.
No way.
I didn't see his comment anywhere, so I guess that's
no
that.
Maybe he lost. Maybe he signed up for. He want to sign up for DTM, but for how many accounts he had, he lost the password, and then nothing.
I just wonder why is everyone saying
No.
why is everyone saying that Flo's drunk?
That's not a strategy.
Yeah.
You wanted to sign up.
That's Ness saying I'm drunk. I don't know why.
Probably your
Maybe
German
because
accent.
my voice sounds like that. I don't know.
Probably your German accent. That's probably the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you don't
What I want
sound drunk
say-
to me.
Thank you.
Michael Clark made 22 accounts. So
Flo,
that he can
don't
get them
lie.
all
Don't
into
lie,
DTM and
don't
guarantee the
lie.
championship.
But
Well, maybe
Michael,
Ness, you are drunk.
Michael asked the question: can we change the Mercedes to red for Floyd as he hates green cars?
well, I thought Flo said that he doesn't like red now, or red's the new green.
Yeah, red is the new
Yeah.
green. I said that.
Yeah, now
So,
he hates Ferrari.
so you are going to
hate
crash
Ferrari.
into the Ferraris a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I showed it in Abu Dhabi, I guess.
Yeah.
And yesterday.
I'm the only one out of the loop. What happened in Abu Dhabi?
Well, you don't know what happened in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, that was a teaser of what's going to come.
What happened in
Well,
Abu Dhabi
you
stayed
lost,
in Abu
uh,
I
Dhabi.
mean, I know Flo and Joe crashed, but where?
It was after the
Round
long
6.
straight. Yeah.
Okay. Weird.
And
Caterham Mercedes. I'm taking that.
Oh, actually, yeah. Can we get some specifications on having personal sponsors on our cars in
Okay,
top class?
so yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So this is
yeah.
like I introduced this in 2013, like after the pink Mercedes the original pink Mercedes that Felix used in 2012 Brazil. So you are allowed to have a minor logo in your car, whatever you want to have a minor logo. You need to DM me the logo where you want it. If you just put some general chat that or in the sign-ups that you want some logo, then I will not put it. You need to DM me the logo.
Also, you can have a one-off livery, for example, for every season. Like I always ask you a one-off livery always at Monza.
Yeah,
So
that
if
has
anyone wants,
I'll just answer this question from Gabriel Quintino. He says, why is there no safety car in GP4C? Is it something that the game is really limited? Well, yes, because safety cars don't exist on Grand Prix 4.
yeah. As long as we don't have the source code of the game, we cannot do safety car, and I don't think that's happening.
Yeah. Kremen said that he won't let other people use his source code and he won't give it away.
I will just like as Franco said, he's been doing special liveries at Monza, for example, for the past few seasons. Like he's done them quite a few. So the thing with those, if you want to do a special one-off livery for a certain race, you can, but it needs to be agreed between you and your teammate, and that's one per season for the team. And something to note in that is that if you want a complex design, like something very specific, you need to have somebody else to edit the livery, or you edit it by yourself. I can do up to a certain point the things, but as you know, my time is limited because usually they tell me the livery like few days, like a week before the race. So yeah, most of the things I've been doing have been like color changes. Like the Toro Rosso was like in Monza, it was a color change mostly, but it looked good actually. better
Yeah,
better than the neon
let's say
green
that
one.
2013, yeah, 2013 was very trash. Not gonna lie. Yeah, let's say that 2017 one with the bar scheme of 99 was pretty good.
Yes.
There was one other thing as well.
Probably one of your best.
The track reviews, Yuri. There was one other track that you didn't mention, Paul Ricard, because that's obviously going to be on the calendar in 2018.
Yeah, because well, that's not untested anymore, but that wasn't something we could talk about. That what's going to change because we never raced there. From the initial tests, sorry, I'm just going to say it. It looks clean, which probably means that when we come to the OC, it will not be clean. But at the moment, it looks clean and it seems to race actually pretty good.
There'll be 9 cars finishing the race now.
Does turn 1 actually work for you, Yuri?
Yes, why it wouldn't?
Because DTM, there will be some crashes.
Yeah, but that's...
And I can't do anything about it, unfortunately.
I know what you could do is lower the weight of
Gearing.
the DTM cars.
Yeah, the gearing maybe also.
Yeah.
Before you forget, Yuri, because I remember this very well, you wanted to mention something about the GP2 calendar for Flow in terms of the last race, basically.
Oh yeah, that's something. This is my personal request. The final GP2 race should be before the final F1 race, so like a week before, so before Brazil, because it's going to finalize the GP2 standings for the sign-ups.
Yeah, actually, that's a good idea. I mean, I could just put Brazil 1 week before that then.
Yeah.
I guess.
Oh yeah,
I want
Maybe another race.
Maybe another
I
race.
want to keep Interlagos for GP2 mostly. So.
Yeah, let's say that Interlagos in GP2 was always pretty clean.
Yeah. And it was also exciting, like Joe and Rob will know that, and others who watched.
Yeah, it was exciting.
I'm just going to answer this very vague question from Marcus, because he's always very vague with his comment.
Knuckles vaguely on.
He just said BTCC. I'm going to presume he's wondering when that's going to get announced. Well, all I'll say is I will tell you when FE and BTCC will announce their driver lineup and when their sign-ups close as soon as the DTM drivers get confirmed this weekend.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say.
Most likely DTM drivers will be confirmed tomorrow. But if not, then on Sunday. But it will be on this weekend, so FE and BTCC will be like some days after it.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Evan just said, can we get a few more details about the Tier 3 changes for 2019 to 20?
Oh yeah. Me and Evan and Julius proposed the switch, and with also Florian, we proposed the switch to make a mix with the Super GT and DTM, and it looked like that DTM cars and the Super GT cars were similar on the chassis and models and everything. So I think. I don't know what Florian thinks, but this change could be done. Also with the help of, for example, Evan, who is good on editing libraries, etc. So I think this change could be done.
Yeah. First of all, I really liked the initial idea from Evan and the discussion about it when we first started to talk about the changes that we are wanting to make for DTM and make it and turning it into a sort of Super GT championship in 2020. But the things I have done so far is only like testing the cars that I would like to put in, and I didn't put together a mod right now because that will take some time, and quite frankly I don't have the time at the moment to do that, and I will have to see when when I find the time to like test the cars together in one mod, and also the damage files and so on. That will be a little bit difficult to do, but I hope that it can be done.
Um,
Alright,
I'm gonna have
just
to go again. See you guys. Good night.
Alright, see ya.
See ya.
I was
Bye,
gonna
Rob.
I was going to ask, do you think we should probably end the stream? Because I think we've gone through pretty much everything, haven't we?
There's just a couple more
Yeah.
questions
Yeah.
here, actually.
we are
Okay.
almost done, but yeah. So I just need to answer this now. There will not be a new penalty system.
Yeah, Snares, can you stop asking that, please? Be nice, because I know you keep asking that every
Also,
season.
Stop
So
asking me if I'm
right?
drunk.
No, this quote. There's a quote that goes around quite a lot.
No,
If it
no,
ain't broke,
the
fix it.
no, the main thing is just stop asking questions.
Yeah. Michael asks, Indy 500 2018. Yes, we announced that during when the 2018 sign-ups
November.
opened.
Yeah.
November.
I can confirm something. The 2018 Indy 500 sign-ups will begin after the Australian GP.
Okay.
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 That's cleared up.
I'm going to put confirmed.
Yeah.
Quite early, but yeah.
Also something about the Indy 500. The cars for the Indy 500 will be faster. Like they will match the real life. Almost at least.
Question is, will it actually have a safety car?
Oh God! This is the same question we received since years, and the answer is no. Come on, seriously, we said it a lot of times.
No, I mean for the
big dough.
no 2003.
And also, will Yuri for Indy 500? Will Yuri enter? And two, if he does, will he not crash into me?
And Prix, hopefully we see a pace car.
I mean, my drivers won the Monaco GP, so he needs to win the Indy 500.
Yeah. He's won the championship in Monaco. It is Indy 500.
Also, something we need with the Indy 500. I'm considering the 2018 version of it to be highlight commentary, so no live commentary, because in my own opinion that didn't go so well in 2017.
The problem is, the reason why I didn't decide to do highlights in the end was because I think it would have taken a bit too long. Because let's be honest, you miss a bit. There's too much stuff that happens in the Indy.
Yeah. So if we need to talk about it a bit. If we decide that absolutely no highlights, then we could do the live commentary again.
Well, the live commentary had a sorry for being interrupted. The live commentary had a lack of commentators, or the race was simply a bit boring. By the way, hello.
Yeah, hi.
Hello. Hi,
I think it's. To be honest, I think the race. To be honest, I think it's more the fact. I mean, the race wasn't that exciting. To be honest, I think that was the main thing.
Actually, the faster cars in the 2018 Indy is like it's definitely going to mean that there's at least like few safety cars.
Yeah.
It's going, and the races, of course, it's going to go through faster.
Yeah,
and something I want to, because I've done a few tests. It will look like the Anna Racing 03 game, but on steroids.
Okay.
More crashes.
Michael just said you need Lamonu for the Triple Crown. There's two problems with that straight away. First of all, because 24 hours, I don't think anybody's going to be staying up for 24 hours.
Yeah,
there's going to be 24 minutes. 24 minutes of Le Mans.
Or maybe like
4 hours.
Like maybe like a few hours. Maybe we could do like a 2.4 hour race. I know there's like the game GTR2. I have VEC mode.
I'm going to say because on Grand Prix 4, the Le Mans on there, it's not the full one because there is a limit to how long
Yeah.
a track can be. And Le Mans and the Neuschleife exceeds it.
But yeah, it needs a lot of testing, but the possibility is to use GTR2. The mod has actually LMP1, LMP2 and the GT cars, so it is possible.
Maybe replace the 24 hours of Le Mans with Bathurst 1000, maybe.
Yeah, oh, that would be a nice idea, actually.
Oh, Laura,
It's lots
full of
shorter.
banter, isn't
I
she?
mean,
Laura just said it's going to be a 1 minute Le Mans highlight.
With all the
nothing.
crashes.
Yes.
Such a character, Laura, honestly. Anyway, Marcus would ask 2 races for GP2. I don't think that's going to be an option, is it?
I.e., we do have lives, so you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're not all sad.
Yeah.
That with me
No one's sad.
teeth chattering with my teeth together there.
Too much.
Yeah.
The 2020 season will use the original calendar apart from possibly the Vietnam GP. So
If it's not made,
most
we
likely
just put that in quotation marks.
no Mugello, most likely no Portimao, and definitely no Imola.
What about Turkey?
Maybe Turkey? Possibly?
Depends
I mean,
on the
Turkey's not a bad
Vietnam one. Maybe we could, if the Vietnam track doesn't get made, then it could be replaced with Turkey. But tracks like that are for the 2021 onwards. Like,
Hopefully it doesn't get to that point, but you never know.
yeah. Any plans on who's painted the car for 2021? Well, me, and then I will do a video, and anybody who is willing to do deliveries for the fantasy era starting, DM me, and any help is appreciated.
Another one.
I'm just trying to read.
I like the one lap qualifying, but it's not going to happen in GP4 OC. The 3-part qualifying is good. We like it.
I'll talk a bit more with the one-shot qualifying because I think that's what he's referring to. It really does not work for GP4. Even though there is a system, it doesn't work because it does have a game-breaking glitch in it when it comes to changeable weather. So, yeah.
It happened to you also this year.
It happened to me in Formula B. That's why I ended up ditching it after that round because of that game-breaking glitch. In that, whenever the weather changes, the AI come into whichever AI is on track, they come back into the pits, presumably for a change of tires. But because it's only one-shot qualifying, it for some reason doesn't trigger the next car to go out on track. So
yeah, you cannot do fully changeable weather with the one shot. You need to have it staying about the similar conditions to make it work. I have made it work with 2003 to 2005 mods. I use it still. I like using the one shot qualifying GP4, but that's true. You cannot use changeable weather.
I should also point out as well, because I talked about a fix I did for BTCC with 2 tracks in particular, Brands Hatch, with the fuel thing. There is one thing as well. You might remember with Formula E, Valencia, there was an issue with one of the guys in the pits. That shouldn't be an issue now because I've tested it with the new gen cars and the physics seems okay for the pit boxes, so shouldn't be an issue.
Okay, good.
Oh, that's actually something we can talk about. So, well, not, but I just remember Florian asked that maybe we should not count signups which reads as any in the lower series.
Yeah, that is a good point. Yeah, because I
And
saw that.
in my opinion, yes, it's up to you to do it. When I was doing the GP2, there wasn't that many people in it yet, so it wasn't a problem. But maybe now you can put in the sign-ups that you have to pick at least one team.
Yeah, because it's getting too much.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think it was a specific problem for the Indy 500 where a lot of people actually said in the comments that they choose any team, and that left people
my
without a
mistake.
drive.
My
Yeah,
mistake that I made.
yeah,
If you
but
put
in the Indy 500, the way it works is that all of the drivers who signed up for that are get put into a list, and then the list will randomize. It doesn't matter what team you pick. If you get the team that those who pick the teams, if they got lucky in the draft, they got the team that they picked. Those who put any got some team, and those who picked a team but their team wasn't in the available anymore, they will get just some team. So in Indy 500, that's still a possibility.
Yeah.
If you paint your own car, you have an advantage because like honestly having custom cars is good.
Yeah, for Indy 500 it works quite well, randomizing just any choices. But for GP2 or DTM, where there are many signups nowadays, it doesn't work because it makes the lineup deciding so difficult. If you look at any choices, because you don't know where to put these guys.
Shall we take two more questions and then end it? Shall we?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
We'll do two more questions and that's it. Don't ask any more questions now, guys. Watch them all ask questions you watch because that's how chats work. Marcus said F2 in 2018, 2019, 2020. I presume he's asking if they're F2 cars. The answer to that is no, because there isn't a F2 CSM mod. I know Snez shared something in Discord which showed 2018 liveries, but they're not F2 cars.
Yeah,
they are F2 liveries on generic 2018 F1 cars. Plus, they're not a CSM mod.
Those things have been said to me like 1,000 times, and every time I need to say the same thing. They are not F2 cars, they are reskinned generic F1 cars, and we will not use that.
Yeah.
Then I'll take one more question because Evan said this. If you paint your own car for Indy, you're pretty safe for entry, right? Not necessarily, because as Yuri said, it's a random draw. Even if you stay custom livery, you're still got to be picked out via a draw. I'm right on that, aren't I? Because everything's just gone crazy.
Well, yeah, but I was thinking about maybe if you paint your own livery, you could have an advantage because it is nice to have custom liveries in these things. Like, I personally like it, but if it's unfair, then we will keep it like it was, that you need to get the draw right.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about it.
Yeah. That's what we were going to ask. I know there was one more from Marcus, but
I think that's just ignore that, to be honest.
I think we just said two more questions. That was it.
Yeah. So, hope everyone enjoyed this. Hope everyone enjoyed the stream.
Yeah.
I think that's it, isn't it?
Yep.
It was useful overall.
Yeah, we got some things confirmed for the next season, so it definitely was a good decision to make a discussion stream.
Yeah, something we will do in the future in this discussion stream, even if we don't have much to talk about. I want to do the season driver ranking reveals each season.
Yeah, that was
it's a pretty good idea.
really good.
it's a good idea because yeah, in live streaming, it's better to be can say it's better because everybody can know why realistically they have been evaluated like that and everything.
Yeah, and it's fun to like discuss how everybody's season went, what their driver like, how their driver did in our view, the sign up committee's view, like, and it's fun to do that. Honestly, that's why we will continue doing it.
Anyway, I think that's isn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
we have been here
that's
for a
it.
long time. I'm
2 hours, I
going to
think.
say my
2 hours,
voice
man.
is starting to go.
Hope everyone's enjoyed us talking crap for 2 hours.
Yeah.
So much.
Yeah,
Indeed.
it is a pity I couldn't join in earlier, but I have a problem with my earphone mic or microphone, so I had to speak through the phone speaker. Yeah, it was a pity that I joined in for the last
Don't worry.
10 minutes.
That's fine.
Don't worry, Ernest, you're not the only one. Me too is speaking with the phone, and it's
Yeah, but
pretty
it's-
weak sound.
But it's a bit awkward because I think that my parents can hear that I am talking to someone in English, so they would ask questions. Who were you talking to? What were you talking about?
You're talking to secret services.
Yeah.
Talking to the British MI6. Or MI5 or whatever the bloody
Yeah,
are.
this is the official GP4 OC highlights. But yeah, it's our time to stop now.
Bye, have a great time.
See you later.
Yes,
See you later.